Hello, and welcome back. I'm excited to share with you everything you need to know for your BRAINTOPIA Neurofeedback Center's home training program. In this video, we're going to go over how to use the software and ensure that all the connections look good for optimal training. So in that first video, we talked about everything you needed to start your session. Go ahead and grab that now. That's your laptop, the amplifier, of course, the power cord, the sensors, and then paste to connect the sensors. Once you have those in hand, you want to make sure you find a quiet and comfortable spot to train. That might be a spot at a desk, your favorite lounger, place on the couch. Go somewhere where you can be alone and really engage with your training. One of the best parts about neurofeedback training is you get to choose the type of entertainment that you want. You can choose from many streaming services to stream a show for your 30-minute training session. So the first thing we're actually going to do is once you have your computer open and the internet connection shows that it's stable, is you're going to open up the browser from your home training laptop. As I've pulled up the browser, you can see we're on the BrainCore Neurofeedback Systems Solo Resources. This will immediately come up whenever you open the browser. When you scroll down, you can see all of the streaming services that are supported for the neurofeedback training. I went ahead and selected a video off of YouTube, but you're welcome to log in with your own username and password to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, any of these listed below. So I have my training video queued up on YouTube. From here, I'm going to open the program that actually runs the session. That's called Synapse at Home. So at the bottom on the taskbar, you're going to select the Synapse logo here. Once you open Synapse Sync or Synapse at Home, you're going to put your login credentials. This is your username and password. These are the same credentials you used to enter your intake information. So it'll be your email and your client number is going to be your password. Once you've put these, you're going to hit log in and it's going to take you to the first screen. This is a sample account, but this is what it will look like once you log in. It'll say welcome back and your name. You should see where it says connect, train, and then how many days remaining in your subscription. Our team is going to keep track of where you are in your subscription. At certain points, we'll need to add credits to make sure that you can continue to train. That's something we'll work together on to make sure you have credits whenever you need to be training. Go ahead and select Get Started Now. So this screen you see here is the point where you know it's time to connect to your sensors. Your protocol is pre-programmed in by our providers, our team, so you'll know exactly where you need to be training. This particular example is for single channel training, meaning there'll only be one sensor connected to the head. You see on this diagram, there's only one spot that is highlighted in green. That is CZ. That's the center point of the head. Don't worry, in the next video, I'm going to go over with you how to find, measure, how to connect the sensors to the right place so that you get the best training. Put a pin in that for later. You'll also notice there's green dots on the ears. This indicates where the ear clips will go. If you remember from the first video, there's two types of sensors.
One we call the head sensor, as well as the ear clips, which you can see is a clip.
On the left side, you'll connect one of the ear clips. On the right, you're going to connect two. Those can be placed at the base, on the earlobe, or up towards the top. Either one is fine, as long as those sensors do not cross each other. If they are touching, the connection will not be good. Something else to make note of at this point here. You'll notice that there are numbers assigned with each of these areas. You might recall that from your brain map as well. So anything that's listed with an even number is going to reference to the right side of the brain. Anything that's referenced with an odd number is going to be referenced for the left side of the brain. This is very important to note as you connect your channel 1 and channel 2 sensors. So if you're training with a 2-channel protocol, which is not shown here, but let's say you were training at F3 and F4, you want to make sure that your channel 1 sensor is connected to the left side of the head and your channel 2 is connected to the right side of the head. Many of these protocols are specific training for each side of the brain. So it's very important to note that channel 1 goes to the left side of the head and channel 2 goes to the right. From here, you'll hit continue and we'll check the connections. Once you have your sensors connected in the right spot, you're going to hit continue and we're going to test the connections. So on this screen, you're going to see first we need to connect the amplifier. You follow directions, you know your amplifier is already connected by the USB port, but it'll still show no amplifier connected. What you need to do is select check amplifier. At this point, the connection should turn green and say amplifier connected. If it says something different like simulation mode or another color shows up, that's when you want to troubleshoot by unplugging and replugging the USB port to make sure the connection is read between the amplifier and the computer. Once the amplifier connection is showing green, you want to start the connection test. So click here, Start Connection Test. The brainwaves actually show up on the screen. You'll notice mine shows where it says connections are good. You'll also notice if I were to clench my jaw, to move around, to wiggle too much, you'll see where it says artifact detected. An artifact is just an interference with the connection. So the more I talk, the more interference is possible. So while you're training, though it's natural to move a little bit, make sure that you're staying relaxed in your jaw and just engaging with the show and staying as calm as you can. This might be challenging for some children, but the stiller we can stay, the better. Now suppose one of your ear clips fell off or the sensor was not properly attached to the scalp. That's where you're going to see lines like this appear on your connection. That's going to indicate a bad connection. You'll also notice it says artifact detected. Once I put the sensor back in place and become still, the connection shows good again. It's as easy as that. Now, if you ever need any help with your connection, troubleshooting, something doesn't seem right, that's where our team can help you. So be sure and reach out if there's any questions about how this should be done. You're going to hit Start Training. The screen will automatically move into your next set of adjustments. First, you want to set your audio setting to close to 70%. That's comfortable for most people. And hit Start Training. The next adjustment you need to make sure is there is screen will stay at 90. And we also want to make the audio fading adjustment. So your training, you're going to have variable in the screen brightness. It'll get darker or lighter. The audio is also going to fade in and out. That's part of the training. So this is selecting how severe the difference between your loud and your soft are. So 75 and 25 is the ideal range. So go ahead and select that. And then now, once you select Start, the training session will begin. You'll automatically start to see the screen fade in and out. So from here, once I hit Start, I'm going to move over to the show that I selected in YouTube. Hit Start. Now, you'll notice with the training, like I said, it'll be variable for the screen to go in and out, as you see here. You'll also note in the left-hand corner, there's the diagram of the brain with the lit up spots for training. You want to keep an eye on this. You don't have to stare at it the whole time. You want to engage with your show and focus and relax on the training mostly. However, if you look over in the corner and you see that this is continually turning yellow, as you hover your mouse over it, it'll take over the screen, it'll make it larger. You'll see there perhaps could be a connection issue. Maybe the sensor came off, maybe you're wiggling too much or you're shaking your foot. That's interfering with the training. Again, more than likely you're going to have a good connection most of the time. However, if you see that it's consistently turning yellow, you may want to take a moment to adjust to make sure the connection is good. That's going to ensure you're getting the best training. To exit that, you're going to hover your mouse over the training video once more. I've paused it to be able to talk, but you can continue to hit play. At the end of the session, it's going to give you the opportunity to save the session. Save the session, that's what's going to put it into our database so that our team can review your session, follow up with you, and ensure everything is looking good and track your progress. I'm so glad you joined me for this video. I'm looking forward to the next one. We're going to go over everything you know about how to apply sensors, what to do with the paste, how to clean up after your session. It's going to be great. So I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.